Good morning. We are at Gallagher Estate where the Black Business Council is holding a summit. The summit happens once every 2 years. Now this is a summit that is expected to gather around people from civil society, government, as well as business, where they get together and engage on matters that are topical in the South African economy. One of those issues is transformation. Now we know Black Business Council is one of those groups that has lobbied for transformation and more participation from Black South Africans. They've also called for inclusive economic growth, and they've also called for more meaningful participation of Black South Africans in the form of Black South Africans taking up positions of leadership and influential positions. But joining me to speak to me ahead of this summit is none other than the President of Black Business Council, Mr. Sandile Zungu. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Now, this year's summit is held under the title Economic Transformation within the context of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And you say this is a catalyst for a catalyst for inclusive growth in South Africa. Please tell us more about that.
Well, the context is very simple. The world is marching ahead of us. Fourth Industrial Revolution is here to stay. The Internet of Things, the connectivity, and businesses reshaping themselves to fit into the new model. That's a reality. It's a new reality that we have to accept. So whatever peculiar issues that were affected with, whether it's inclusion or transformation, we just have to adjust to fit. So we have to adjust to fit within the shorter space of time. We must transform our economy, make sure that Black people participate in the mainstream, make sure that we contest the space in terms of leadership of state-owned enterprises, and do so knowing very well that the world is marching ahead of us.
So one of the things that we are expecting from your speech is how you're going to talk about how the economy of South Africa is in the hands of the few. It's channeled towards the hands of the few, and while other businesses are being suffocated by big businesses. Please tell us more about that.
Well, the truth of the matter is that the ownership and the management of the economy, the patterns thereof still resemble the colonial and apartheid era. It's whites on top and it's blacks in the lower rungs of society. We need to change that. It's not the right thing to uphold. We need to change it. BBC sees itself as an agent for that kind of change. It's a change that must be achieved in an orderly fashion. The Black Business Council sees itself as a lobby group. It sees itself as an advocacy agent. That's why here we have ministers, we have directors general, we have a premier of Gauteng. Because when I talk to these people to say what opportunities are there for Black people to participate in, most of Black business is in the small to medium and small enterprise sector. They want to be part of the value chain of large corporations. They want to be assisted with access to finance and access to markets in general. So we need to unpack all of those and make sure that when we come out of here, Black economic empowerment is taken forward.
So as a lobby group that has lobbied for transformation and more participation of Black South Africans, do you think that government is doing enough with regards to, fostering an environment where Black South Africans can participate?
We truly believe that the state government must repeal the triple PFA because it's the single largest impediment to Black business doing business with the state. Yet doing business with the state is the right thing for emerging players to do, and they can then launch themselves from there to do big things. That's number one. Number two, we believe the state is not holding the financial services sector enough to account for their failure to make capital available to small businesses, which capital they need to stock, to buy equipment and machinery, to just go about with their day-to-day business. That is very important. And we also believe that the state is not funding enough the agencies that are aimed at providing funding to SMMEs. The likes of NEF is crying for proper capitalization, is not getting the capital. The likes of CEDA got an allocation from Treasury. It's impressive, but it's a start. We need a lot more. So from that point of view, we think the state is on the right track, but it's not doing enough, and it can hasten and accelerate the support for SMME. Remember, growth in the economy will come from SMMEs. Remember, employment creation will come from SMMEs, not from large corporates. So government needs to embrace SMMEs a lot more stronger if it needs to achieve its objectives as set out in the National Development Plan for 2030.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. There you have it. That is Sandile Zungu, President of Black Business Council, calling on more assistance for small, medium enterprises, saying that these are the lifeline of the economy and the potential job creators of the future. But for now, it's back to you in studio.